Hi everyone, welcome to How to Turn Your PDF Forms into Apps by Snappy. I know some people are still trickling in, so I'm just going to get started, and any questions we can go over them at the end. So the first thing you want to do is go to snappy.com, and if you haven't made an account yet, that's obviously the first thing you want to do. So go ahead and put in your information here, try it for free, and it should log you in automatically. So give me a second, let me log in myself. All right. So once we get to this screen, we have a couple different options. If you already have an app and you want to add a form to it, you would go to My Apps. But I want to start one from scratch to show you guys how to do it if you don't have anything. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new app. And we have three different options. The Express Form Builders we're going to be spending most of our time. But the good part about our form builder is that you can transfer everything to the app builder and to the Guru builder if you need it. I would suggest you stick with Express at first. Guru is a little bit more difficult to use, so there's really no point in using it unless you're trying to do a lot more complicated stuff. So for starters, we'll go to the Express Form Builder, and this is going to shoot you right into our form editor. Let's wait for it to load. It's going to ask you, do you want to load your existing PDF? I'm going to click no just to show you how to do it if that doesn't come up. Because if you're making your own app, it might not show up. So you're going to go up here to load PDF. You can save all changes if you want. Let's name it Snappy Test. So go to load PDF, and it's going to come up with a box where you can click to upload or drag and drop the file. I already have a PDF here that I was using as an example, so we'll just use this guy. I'll give it a second to load. All right, so here's our PDF. It's pretty blank, but I just made it for mostly instructional purposes, so I can go over what these fields do and all that. So for starters, these are going to be your fields on the left here. This is what you're going to be working with most of the time. To use a field, all you have to do is drag it and drop it wherever you need it. So say you need a name field, you just go ahead and drag and drop the text or numbers field, put it there, and you can adjust the size afterwards. So it'll adjust how big the text shows when you see it on your form. We also have paragraph, which is basically the same thing as text and numbers, except it gives you multiple lines so you can input text. Then we also have checkbox. So this is good for if you have to like a question and there's only a set amount of answers that they can give you. There's not really like a fill in the blank type of answer. We have radio, which is basically the same thing. I like to say that radio is if you want to pick one or the other, and checkbox is if there's multiple options they can pick. And then the last basic field we have is dropdown. So for dropdown, you're going to go ahead and click dropdown, and on the side, it's going to show you your different options. To add options, just go ahead and change whatever you want the option to be. So say you want this one to be option 1, and then you want an option 2, option 3, so on and so forth. At the end of that, just click apply so the system knows to save that. Especially if you have a lot of options, it would suck to have to go back and redo everything. So the last field we have for PDF, so far, we're still working on adding some more fields, is sign and draw. So again, pretty self-explanatory. You can make it as big as you want. And when the user sees this on their end on the phone, they just click that and they can go ahead and put their signature or draw a happy face, whatever you're going to do. So I wanted to quickly go over the benefits of doing this. If you have a business that is very contingent on the transportation of paper from point A to point B, or if you're using any paper at all, you can use this program to basically eliminate all those paper needs in one go. All you would have to do is upload your PDF and insert the fields wherever you see fit. Obviously, your PDFs are going to be a lot more complicated than this example one I've had here, but it's basically the same process even if you have a lot of places that you need to put fields. You just put the field, adjust it so that it fits wherever it is on the PDF, and that's pretty much it. So if your paper ever gets lost, going from point A to point B, if it gets broken, happens sometimes. Bad weather can ruin paper. Any of that stuff can basically be circumvented by doing this. As far as business processes go, you can streamline everything that would require paper in the sense that, for example, say you have a form that you filled out on the field and you need to send it back to the office. Instead of driving the paper or the form all the way back to the office so that your secretaries can go ahead and input the information, you can just send it to them via email. They'll have it in their inbox and it'll show up basically the same as it would if you were to give them the same information on a piece of paper. So with that said, from here, all you want to do is go to Save and Run. And I highly recommend that you test out the app before you publish it by doing the Save and Run feature. It's just an easy way to make sure that you did everything right. So once you do Save and Run, it's going to ask you here to download the Snappy Preview app. If you haven't done that yet, I'll go through it really quick using a program that I use called Reflector. I'm going to have to change this so that it shows my whole screen. So, and Reflector, all it is a program that allows you to show what I'm doing on my phone on the monitor. So like if I'm trying to demonstrate something, this is a useful tool to use. So give me a second, pulling it up right now on my phone. And bam, I got my phone right here. So once we have our PDF and we did Save and Run, remember to hit Save and Run or it won't work. You're going to go on your phone and you're going to go to the App Store, which I still need to find. Oh, here it is. And you're going to go download the Snappy Preview app. It's the same on both stores, so if you have Android or Apple, doesn't really matter. You just go ahead and type in Snappy Preview app, install it. I already have it installed, so I'm just going to open it here. And this is going to be your tool that you use to test out your apps, whether it's a form or you're doing something more complicated. Here, I'm going to sign out completely so you can see exactly what it's going to look like. So it's going to come up with a login screen when you first pull it up, and you're going to use the same credentials that you just made to make the app. Make the form, I'm sorry. So let me just type in my stuff here. All right, so once we have that pulled up, you're going to see all your different apps. Obviously, I do a lot of testing, so I got a bunch of different ones here, but the Snappy Test is the one that we were working on right now. So we click that guy. And this is the other form that I had, not the PDF. So we want the PDF. So we're going to go hit the little sidebar menu, hit the Welcome to Snappy. It's going to let you know that the text is editable. That's just a notice basically because it's unclear sometimes as some PDFs are editable. Editable. And there you go. You can see all the drop downs we just made right here on the phone. So just to give you a quick rundown of how each of them work. So you click name right here. All of these that you see are basically different ways to link images or pictures or things to your PDF. 9 out of 10 times you're probably not going to use these. You're just going to input something. So whatever you input on this little bar down here is what's going to go into the final form. So we'll just say tester. All right, so I'm going to press OK, and then you'll see right here it shows up on the phone, on the form. I'm sorry. Same thing for address. I mean, like I said, this is just a bigger field, so you can do multiple lines of text if you want it, which makes sense for address, because I don't think anyone lives on a one-line address. The checkboxes, you would just have to click them. Obviously, nothing you can input there. Radio, same thing. You just click them. Drop down. Click drop down. It's going to show you the different options that you made. And then the last one is signature, which you would have to click right here, this signature or drawing. Click that. Ooh, signature might not be working. Okay. So there seems to be a little error there, but we'll fix that. So that's basically how you do it. So once you have your form filled out, all you have to do is, actually, let me back up a little bit. So this form is not going to send to anybody right now because we never inputted an email for it to send to. So in order to do that, we're going to go back to our editor. We're going to click on settings, and it's going to default to the email that you signed up your account with. But you can add as many emails as you want here. So say you wanted to put Joe Schmo at whatever. It'll send it to this email as well. You just have to separate them every line. So if you have a bunch of emails, just put one email, enter, put another email, enter, and just keep going. So I have it sent to, so it'll send to my email already. So if that's good to go, when I click submit on the top of the screen here, it's going to basically open the file up as a PDF on my phone so I can see how it's going to look in the email. But on top of that, it's also going to send it to whoever I had the email listed under. So if I click drive right here, it'll show up. This is what the form is going to look like to whoever receives it in the email. From here, you can also do some other stuff. If you want to send it to your Google Drive or a cloud service, for example, you would just hit send file. I think it's a little bit different on iOS, but for the most part, it should be, pretty self-explanatory. You'll put send file or share. That's what it is on iOS. And then save to drive, or send it through Gmail, send it through Skype, whatever you want to do. And like I said before, if you have people that are working, in the office, and you have people on the field, this basically eliminates the communication barrier between those two people. They don't have to give them the form right in their hands anymore. They can just basically send it to them, and it's going to get backed up on the cloud service. So another good benefit of that is that you're not filling up a bunch of filing cabinets with papers that you're probably not going to see again for years. You can just archive them, and they'll be indexed. So if you ever want to look at a form later on, you would just have to type in the date or something that's on the form, and it'll come up. So that's basically it, though. Once you send it through there, that's basically the entire PDF function. If you want to make a form, it works very similar to that. You would just click up here where it says new form. Always save your changes. And you'll notice when I save changes on my phone, it's actually going to prompt me that something is different about the app. Or it should prompt me. Maybe I have to do a bigger change. So same thing with form. Like I said, this is the form that I saw in the beginning when we were first pulling up the app. I want to title it Test for Snappy. Hit apply. And in a similar way to the PDFs, you could just add fields to this. Have a little bit more fields for form because form's been out for a little bit longer than the PDF editor. But you could basically put in whatever fields you want, move them around wherever you see fit. And as soon as you hit save, It seems like my reflector's not working. Good stuff. All right, let me try to resend this reflector. Just want to show you guys what it's going to show you when you try to edit something. Let's eject this, and then I'm going to put it back up. Can I see this? All right, seems like we're having some problems with reflector. Well, I showed you guys the PDF anyway, so that's what I wanted to do. Again, if you have any questions, always feel free to contact support at Snappy. We actually offer a service where we do your first form for free. So if this seems a bit complicated to you, all you have to do is go ahead and email support your form, and we'll see what we can do into making that form into an app for you. So the beauty of this too, another thing I wanted to show you guys is that once you're done with your form, you can just hit exit to app builder up here in the corner. Again, save your changes. Always want to save your changes. That's cool. We don't even need reflector anymore. So what I wanted to show you though is that once you make your form, it's a very small step into making an app out of that form. So you can see here, these are the two forms we just made. One's on Form Editor, one was a PDF. And if I want to add any functionality to this app that I just made, I would just hit New Widget, and the widget menu is going to come up, and this basically goes over everything that Snappy can do, can put into an app for you. So there's things like, budget trackers, weather checks. We have a GPS thing up here as well, take photos. A lot of different ways to customize your app. You can get creative or just do whatever your business needs. But the point is that aside from the PDF, there's other things that the app can do for you. So if you have an idea for an app, or if you think there's something that will make your whole business process a lot easier, you can, well, do it yourself. Or if you want to contact sales, all you would have to do up here where it says order a custom app, click on that, and then information will go there. And then the main thing here is that you type in as many details as you can for whatever app you're trying to make. So even if you don't have a big picture idea yet, just try to put as many things that you want in the app, and sales will get back to you and tell you basically what we can do for you. All right, so doesn't seem to be any questions. I'm going to go ahead and close the stream now. Hope you enjoyed. Hope this was informational for you, and hope to see you using our platform soon. Thanks.